Hey guys, it's Tombox here, welcome to MST.TV, and I'm down here in the bottom right corner because we're going to be talking about OTS pack number 9. And I'm going to be delivering this piece in more of a perspective of a game designer, or like a UI UX, mainly UX. I will give you guys my 2 cents, perhaps this will reveal to you guys how I think about it, and maybe it'll reaffirm what you guys think already. And it's pretty obvious, but if it isn't obvious to you guys, perhaps you're new to the game, it will be obvious to you by the end of this video. Now, OTS packs, they are really strategically designed to attract players into playing the tournament events so that they can acquire these packs at their locals. And they do it in a very smart way, even though all the cards in there are basically just reprints. So in an OTS pack, they do a lot of reprints, and these reprints tend to fall under the following 3 categories. And boop! They are popular bumps, reprint axes and fixes, and future-proofing. Future-proof is the one that has the most amount of red flags for me because this particular pack has a couple of them, and there's a couple of fun facts that we'll also talk about. Now, this video is brought to you by Imperium Duelist. My mat finally arrived. I designed this. You can see that my name is signed somewhere right here. And this is the Tour of the Underworld mat, which features tour guide, where she's right here with her beautiful tour bus, and police patrol on the other side. This is a 2-player cloth mat, and this cloth is super shiny, super soft, and smells pretty nice too. Yeah, this can be yours, and it is on sale right now at ImperiumDuelist.com. I designed this on both sides. They also have my name signed right here. And pick it up as soon as you can, because the sale isn't going to last forever. It makes a really good stocking stuffer if you're looking to replace your mat or you're a fan of tour guide. I know that the other editions are already sold out because they sold out just like that. But yeah, this is something that I spent a very long time working on, and this is completely done by mouse. I vectored the whole thing. And also, it comes with a nice mat bag. This is a very gold and black mat bag, so you guys can also have that. And let's just jump back into OTS pack number 9. Now, Ultimate Rares are clearly just rarity bumps of the most popular cards, so most of them will fit under this category. Some of them, you can consider them as reprint axes, but let's be honest here, they're not really accessible to most people. So we have 3 Ultimate Rares: Stratos, Lycurus, and Shizuku. Stratos is an interesting one. He just caught off the ban list, so is it a reprint fix? No, it's not, because he's not accessible to everyone. Will there be another reprint of Stratos? Very likely. And to some degree, he is kind of in the area of future-proofing because of Savage Strike. A lot of these cards in this particular OTS do relate to Savage Strike, and that's something that we should be aware of. So yeah, Stratos, popular meme card, and everyone just loves Stratos. He is up here in the popularity bumps. A lot of people are already hunting down for it and ready to pay and drop cash, drop in stacks for this particular card. Next up we have Lycurus. Now Lycurus is a bit more confusing to me. This card is easily accessible right now. It's a super rare from Code of the Duelist, so it's from way back already. There's been many prints of this card. It's already in the tin and even has a common version. So it doesn't exactly need this spot. The deck has already passed its prime. I guess is really nice, but looking at the artwork of the card, it is one of those waifu cards. It does look very pretty, and that's the only real reason I can see why it's here. Unless, of course, there is a new way of playing Trick Stars that I am not aware of perhaps a fairy deck that perhaps will repopularize this card. But for now, I think it is just the pretty one of the bunch. Whereas it's kind of similar to the Bountiful Artemis time when Bountiful Artemis was in the OTS, whereas all the other cards are kind of more desirable. Kind of the same deal. And then finally we have Sky Striker Ace Shizuku. This is a meta call, and this one's kind of recognizable through pattern. Now that we have 2 of them that got ultimate rared, or rarity bumped into the ultimates, we have Kagari, and now we also have Shizuku. Kagari was bumped up in the past one, which was OTS 8. Now in OTS 9 we get Shizuku. That kind of puts up precedent so that there is potentially a Sky Striker Ace Hayate in OTS 10. So that is the pattern that I'm kind of looking at right now. So the first 2 cards, maybe they're less predictable, but that last one seems like the 3rd slot is already basically determined. Now, super rares often fall under the categories of popularity, rarity bumps, or their reprint axis, so that everyone can get a copy of it because they've been out of print for so long and the demand of these cards have been increasing. So Morphing Jar. Morphing Jar's reprint here is a reprint axis fix because it was banned for quite some time, and this is its first reprint since its release from the ban list. So we don't have to fork an arm and a leg to get a copy of Morphing Jar due to the fact that it doesn't exactly have too many copies kind of floating around. So right here. Next we have Galaxy Wizard. Galaxy Wizard kind of falls under the same category, although it was not banned, but the support for the deck was really lacking in print. And with the release of Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare Dragon, the popularity of Galaxy Eyes did increase and created this demand, but due to the lack of print, people had to pay quite a bit for Galaxy support. With this reprint, it fixes that entirely so that it becomes a lot cheaper. Due to the fact, super rares, you're basically guaranteed a super rare unless you pull the ultimate rare, which is even better because you can trade for at least all the super rares that you'll need if you pull the ulti. Now, next we have Thunder Dragon Matrix. This one is a debut from Soul Fusion. It's already getting a rarity bump. This is a rarity bump for sure, because why else would you actually want this? And sometimes Konami does this thing where they rarity bump the thing just so that you would chase after it, where they print something in an archetype and make sure that some of it was super low rarity, but the rest of it was all shiny. Perhaps you get bugged by it. It is a psychological thing where it's just maybe your OCD will kick in and you just want the better version of it. This is the same deal. Like it happened with Trickstars where Candina was an ultra rare, Lycoris was a super rare, Light Stage was an ultra rare, and now Lycoris was also like up there in terms of rarity. It's kind of the same idea when they did that with Lilybell being a rare. So this one is a rarity bump for the Thunder Dragon Matrix for the pure Thunder Dragon players. So you guys don't have to deal with a rare Thunder Dragon Matrix where the rest of the deck is ultra rare bling. And then we have Repodocus or Repodicus. This one kind of reminds me closer to Underclock Taker, because Underclock Taker in OCG was printed as a super, but over here it was printed as a common at first. I thought it was going to be rare, but no, it was. Then it got fixed later on in another OTS pack, so this is kind of a similar deal. Next we have Card Destruction, reprint Axis Fix, clearly, because it was a long time coming. It was banned for quite some time and now it's back. Then we have Super Poly, also banned for a very long time, reprint Axis Fix, and even the commons, they were like $8 when they got off the ban list, so it was super hyped up. Now it's probably going to tank back down because super rares are much better than commons. Then we have Galaxy Expedition. Card was really spiking up in price, like $20 a copy. Yeah, that was a bit too steep, and now it's reprint Axis Fixed. Sekka's Light. This is a very popular card among Mermail players and very popular card among BA players. And because they use this card quite a lot and is used in high frequency, this is a rarity bump. Another card that is also a rarity bump is Personal Spoofing. Out of all the Altergeist traps, this had to be the one that was rare because it was the odd one out. It didn't carry the Altergeist name. However, it was one of the best Altergeist cards in the deck because it let you dodging certain effects and searching a card, or perhaps using its effect to search a multi-faker, and then you can use that multi-faker to wombo combo. Yeah, so this was a rarity bump as well. So, you know, good on them. I guess they're not leaving anyone out at the moment. Well, they're leaving some people out. And finally, the last super rare now is going to be a token. It seems like this is going to be a trend. I don't know if it's a permanent trend since the last time we had it was a Sky Striker Ace token, but tokens have been a huge part of the game right now, and we're getting a Mecha Phantom Beast token. I'm not sure if that's very relevant at the moment, but who knows. So for common, the commons usually fall under the two bottom categories of reprints to give us access or preparing us for future products, starting with Elemental Hero Neos Alias. Aside from being really good in Hero Beat, this one falls under future product preparation because this card is a Neospatian related card and there are Neospatian support in the upcoming Savage Strike. Next we have the bunch of TGs, Cyber Magician, Warwolf, Rush Rhino, and TG Striker. All of these guys, they are falling under future proofing because Savage Strike also have the TG cards in there getting reprinted. I think there's a TG Link and also TG Synchros in there. So this is preparing us for that. Now, Jet Synchron is the one card that's ringing a lot of bells in my head because it doesn't fall under the category of reprint access fix. It kind of does, but it's more likely going to be future proofing because no one's really looking for Jet Synchron right now. They want it because of Crystron Needle Fiber, and this is actually related to Crystron Needle Fiber because I personally believe in Savage Strike it's going to be the card that they print out, and these are the things that kind of led me into that thought. First of all, they're reprinting Jet Synchron right now, and Jet Synchron is known to be used to make Summon Sorceress because it's very easy. It's one of those tuners that are just easy access, and you can resummon it. It's a very common thing, and it's also a machine. Next, we have, back in the past, we have Expo. Expo, we released a bunch of Mythical Beast Pendulum monsters, and with that, they gave us Heavy Metaphors Electromite, which completely defined the format. And then, moving past a couple of sets in terms of set patterns, the next pattern was Co-Links. The Nightmare set, which was Flood, that was so Co-Link focused, it was crazy, and they don't have to give us anything there because the Link monsters were good enough already. Then we have Cybernetic Horizon, a ritual focus set. And looking at the ritual focus set, it just made me think that, well, there was no exact Link monsters that supported rituals, so we can just move on from there. Then we have Soul Fusions, where we are right now. Thunder Dragons are very good. They have a couple of other fusions in there, and even like the Prank Kid stuff, a lot of fusion stuff going on in this current format of Yu-Gi-Oh! But there was no Link monsters that focused on fusions either. But then when you come to think about synchros, Crystron Needle Fiber is a tuner supporter. It just brings out a tuner by itself. It's much like Isolde. Isolde's for warriors, this guy's for tuners. Yeah, that immediately rings a hard bell in my head, saying that with the release of Soul Fusion Special Edition, which will include Summon Sorceress, that means the guys in EU will also have full access to Needle Fiber Summon Sorceress plays as well, and giving us the easy access to the Jet Synchron. We are likely going to see the Needle Fiber format coming next year. And to finish this list off, we have Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon, reprint access for Galaxy support. We have Instant Neospace, future proofing for Savage Strike. Silent Graveyard, this one is a reprint fix because the name needed to be changed because it's not part of the forbidden archetype of quick play spells. Even though it is a quick play spell, it is forbidden, but it does not match up with the OCG name of what they declare as forbidden. So they renamed it to Silent Graveyard to fix the issue with Condemn Witch, which could technically add this card to hand previously until now they fixed it, of course. And then Fusion Sub, I don't understand why this card is here. Honestly, maybe they are for prank kids? I am really unknown why they actually reprinted this card. I don't think this card actually needed a reprint. They could have made something else. There are some other choices. Then we have the Imperial Order. This is clearly giving us all access to the card because the card is getting pricey again. As for the last two counter traps, we have Imperial Tomb of the Necro Valley. That is... I think this card didn't really get a print for a very long time, so this is definitely giving us access because of our recent support for Gravekeepers and a more Galaxy support for the Tachyon Transmigration. That is also a very, very powerful card. Counter trap that negates everything in the chain. Whew. But that's my thought about this particular set. Are there any other red flags that you may want to note? Leave it down in the comment section below. One card that I really, really wished was in this particular pack, that is a Dino Wrestler Pancratops. You've boosted up the Matrix, okay? You've boosted up Matrix. Why couldn't you put Tops in there? Tops would have made a lot more sense. I wouldn't need that token. I'd rather have Dino Wrestler Pancratops. Perhaps they're going to make Pancratops an ultimate rare. I don't know. They potentially can do that. And that'd be really cool too because it's a really useful card that I think has power creeped out a lot of other cards like Mystical Space Typhoon and perhaps even to those people who don't want to run Cyber Dragon but want something similar. But that's just my take on it. What would you like to see in this particular OTS pack? What do you like it? Do you not like it? Leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit me up with a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit that subscribe button. And until then, don't forget to hold on to your MST, and I'm going to proceed to the end phase. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.